Felt so good to like dive back into humanity and be at a 12-step meeting focused on the joy of recovery and to just tell the truth about what the body or mind wants. And it felt like it was like balanced out the way that we call the ego, but like the mind can um, kind of coagulate, the mind body can coagulate into a position or into knowing. It was like a antidote to spiritualizing, sacrifice, touching into sacrifice, touching into not having what the mind or body wants was gorgeous. Um, but it can become like everything, it can become a position or an identity. As the kind of bodies wants can also, to the point of addiction. I can really honestly say that I have no idea at this point if something addictive is happening. The majority of what remains might be in where the medicine becomes the poison. Like even looking at giving. So somehow giving food to friends, or there was a person who was visiting and gave them an object. It was it can feel like swallowing. It can feel like it's just what's happening. It's just what's happening. And then when it arises around an individual where there is a biological attraction, there's a story that that is codependent or dangerous or manipulative or controlling, or like what was inhibited maybe a month or two ago. There was the impulse to give him, I have these silly little coasters. They're ridiculous. And they're all these different variations. Oh, it's in reverse. So it says, I put this where I please, but you'd better use a fucking coaster. And they're cat butts, different cat butts. And basically, I've given one of these to almost all of my friends that like cats. And then there's this person who there's bodily attraction to, who also has a cat. And there was the impulse to give him one, and then inhibition, like a stopping, a questioning. And there is the thought that we call a memory of kind of overextending previously, spending more money than I had, giving gifts. I don't remember being resentful about it. That was in my youth. Like there was a little bit of that in my youth, being resentful on a birthday with someone. Um, but it historically could be seen or was like this self-abandonment. It was in that there was giving that put this person in deficit in the world in a capitalist society. And a real difficulty receiving, especially anything like financial. The default can still arise if like a friend comes over and like, do you want to, brings food. Do you want to keep that? Sometimes it's a really clear, like there's whatever the food is, the body really enjoys or would be really useful. So there's a easy, spontaneous yes. But sometimes there's like a default no, and it's not even considered. That feels like a habit. But like giving the coaster, it's just interesting that it could be like given freely to friend without any thoughts of a problem. But giving it to someone where there's attraction, suddenly there are thoughts that's um, dangerous or risky or too much. There's so much conditioning around partnership or relationship or sexuality that's very, it feels powerful. But I think what it is more than powerful is kind of um, incessant, layered, uh, subtle. If there wasn't attraction for the person, it would have been given so easily. No problem at all. Not even a second thought about it. And then there was some like pressured activity around like connecting this person to other people, to resources, events. It still is there a little bit of awkward, like push and pull, feeling weird, not knowing what to do. Um, yeah, I think what it is that like I'm trying to treat him as a friend, but by this side, it feels like more. That's all. Like there is a preference to be doing things just the two of us here. So the pressure comes when I'm like trying to include other people, like I do with friends, like friend group. I don't know. It's starting to get really wishy-washy and undo itself. Like there isn't actually like I don't know. There's so much unknown. But the conditioning is it's murky. Murky. So there was just asking him, like, I want to hang out with you, just the two of us. And we're gonna, weird. Yeah. I don't know whether it's reasonable or not to have been taught that partnership is dangerous. Like that's the first thing I was taught. I mean, in kind of like a progressive way by my mom, but I was taught like what she was really serious about was have sex with someone before you marry them and live with them before you marry them. Like as if something like that's very reasonable and I appreciate it and it's very progressive for her time because she went through some shit. But it also like there's just an implied danger in there, like be careful. And I guess it's not reasonable or unreasonable. It's just a natural outcome of her experience. It's just so strange the differences between partnership and friendship. I mean, yeah, there are more ri or different risks. Like when sexuality is involved, there's quote unquote risk of pregnancy, risk of disease. Also, what's really clear here is like sexuality can be involved without there being any sex or partnership. Like there's sexuality involved. There is biology involved, arousal, and like a preference for him, not 100% over other people, but because there still are friends that um are equal. Uh like I wouldn't want to like go in perpetuity only seeing this person and not seeing my friends. Yeah, it's almost like it's hard to know like whether it's the activities or how these like waves of energy can just move through. Like sometimes maybe it's an activity that there's not anyone else I'd rather do it with than this person. Like it came up today, it just there's a thing that I want to do with this person, but I really like there was an assumption that they're not going to be the internet cut out. So yeah, there was like an assumption that they wouldn't be interested in that thing, and then they're totally interested in that thing. And it's fucking thrilling. What is that? And it's a setup. It's a total setup. Like the high off of getting high off of the yeses. I remember this right before the awakening or the shift or whatever, the initial shift, dating somebody that was like a yes for everything for a while. And I'd never experienced that before. I'd never experienced that before. My partners previously had been pretty grumpy, depressive people with very few or no friends. There's a lot of no's, but the like getting attached or getting high off of the yeses, there's a crash when the no's come potentially like yeah, I got to be careful saying these things because it's based on the past because this person has said no to things. They're busy or whatever. Sometimes not even, they don't offer a lot of explanation, which is awesome. So awesome. It's just how it is. Nope, I can't. I'm busy or have fun or whatever. And I don't, yeah, there hasn't been, I don't think there's been withdrawal or a crash from that. So everything I just said a little bit ago might not be true at all. But it is kind of like the laws of nature in the somethingness that whatever is added will be subtracted. But I appreciate, people that are kind of more integrative. Like that doesn't mean to not enjoy the what's preferred or to enjoy what's enjoyable. Feels more whole. That's how it is with my friends. They're just so much freer to kind of come and go and only do what they want to do. And so nice. So nice. I'm not like holding them hostage with my rules that are not even stated. That's how it used to be. There were rules and they weren't even stated. Ooh. Now, if something's wanted, it's asked for. Such a simple thing, but it was so impossible for so long. Like right now, the honest truth is, I do at some point want this person like to feel any portion of their body. Even I'm not even picturing naked, just with clothes on, any portion of their body against this body's privates. Not even to like orgasm or unexplainable. It's like wanting to put a sweater on when it's cold. It's like it'd be fine if I don't, but it'd be nice. And it's not to like get anything or get anywhere. It's like an experience that would be nice for the body. It's so innocent. It's so weird that it's so conflated with morals and rules. It's so harmless. Like that little thing is just so harmless when it's obviously not like someone doing it. It doesn't have any meaning. It's also totally okay if it never happens. How does it get turned into something so crazy in our society? Mm. There's just like this like tender preciousness for the world, for humanity, and it stands with sexuality. Hmm. Hmm. It's so tender and broken and hmm. It's beautiful. The brokenness is beautiful. So beautiful. And that word brokenness is like, it's also shenanigans. It's evolution, just nature. Couldn't be another way in this moment. That's so gorgeous. Nothing omitted. It's like not even happening, happening and not happening. Party over. So immersive and empty. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so wonderful. Like that itself is like, that is sex. That is intercourse. It's, mm. I love all this. So my generation, I was Muppet generation, but I also moved into like Fraggle. Fraggles were like between Muppets and like cartoon Muppet babies and Sesame Street. I have Sesame Street and Muppets, but I have Fraggles and Barbies. I have Barbies. But I have Fraggles. Amazing. Look at these little guys. So this one, the character, and this like is kind of angsty, anxious, neurotic, loves doing laundry, is very like has OCD tendencies. And this one is so innocent and eager. I definitely relate with this one. Like not super deep. I relate with this one right now. Not super deep, but like up for it and goes on all these adventures, all these other like just if one of the other Fraggles is like, we're doing this, he's going along. Might be worried also. Yeah, they're like they're worriers in different ways. This is like the be like the hipster worrier. Really thinks it knows. And this is like a childlike worry. Great. Being so excited when they came out with Barbies with super long hair like this. And this one's cool because it's got like a part. She's got a part in her hair. These are cheap Barbies. Like their clothing is kind of, I mean, none of the Barbies have really high quality, but these are like, you got these at like a drugstore instead of a toy store. They don't even like bend. She can't bend to sit. She can't bend all the way. It's like laughter on the verge of tears inside. It's like a sadness or a grief for all the unnecessary conflict and suffering and angst around sex and arousal and bodies and wanting. It's attempting to operate based on what it was told. But what was never is what will be. Time. And that's also like nonsense. Like you can't, like, there's no escape from, it's a saying, it's in the can. It's in the can. I mean, there's even like the inheritance of the mom thinking outside the box, you know? So even though there was like fear transmitted, there's also bravery transmit, like, you know, going one's own course. That was not the ethos of the time to have sex and move in before marriage, just to make sure it's what is wanted, what it's going to be like. It's not some fantasy. It was pretty progressive.